Today we continue with league duty as we start the second half of the season. Hello, it's a very warm welcome to episode 94 of From the Bottom to the Top as we try and take a National League South side, in this case Weymouth, from the bottom all the way up to the top. And this is our journey. My name's Mark, and on today's episode we have for you two games in League One. First up, we have Sheffeld Wednesday at Hillsborough. And a tough match that's going to be as well in match day 24. And then we are at home to Peterborough United, who we have played already in this season, not in the league, but we did play them. And I think we played them in the EFL Trophy. We'll check that out in a minute. And we lost, basically. So we've got a little bit of whatever to reclaim there. To get back on an even keel, and of course we'll be wanting to keep up the good form at the top of the table, because it's a bit tuck and toe, and we'll be having a closer look at that in a moment. Birmingham City sort of tracking us game for game at the moment, so we've got that game coming up in a couple of episodes, which could be very early in the season, too early in the season probably to be a decider, but it could be an indication. And I think when we played Birmingham early in the season, we did lose to them as well. So all that to come on today's episode. We'll round up on that. We've also played one game since you were last with us, so we'll be featuring what's gone on with that as well. But don't forget, if you do enjoy today's episode, leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe, hit the notification button, leave me a comment, let me know what you think of the series so far, and of course what you'd like more to see me do more of with FM25, but not being released until March. So and also you can keep up with everything that's going on this channel simply by following me on X at JustOffsideFM. Right, let's get into it then, and a quick check up on what's been happening since you were last with us. We have played one game, a game against Chesterfield. It was a resounding 4-1 win, as it turned out. These are the stats: 12 shots, 6 on target, 2.37 on the XG, 67% of the possession. Chesterfield had 11 shots, 2 on target, 2.32 on the XG, and 33% of the possession. So we had a lot of the possession. It was a game that we set off reasonably well on. Early days, got a penalty which Daniel Jebison put away. And this is how the penalty came about. Lependa to Olsen. Olsen looking for a way through. He's got G there as support. G comes bombing forward. G comes to the edge of the area, into the area, and he's failed by Alston and brought down, and a penalty it was. This is the penalty. Jebison putting it away, and it's 1-0 after 17, and that's how it stayed at half-time. 1-0, a very narrow lead, and as we know, Chesterfield are not a simple side to just push over, really. So it was good that Daniel Jebison got his second, our second, on 49 minutes. Free kick from Patterson, swings it in. Jebison, and it was a bullet header. Really got his head behind that, pumped it into the back of the net. So it was 2-0, but disappointingly, just 6 minutes later, Jebison picked up an injury. G comes forward, Johnson into the area. The ball is there, but Jebison's gone down, and he twisted his ankle, I think, or did something very similar. Anyway, it wasn't good news, and we'll cover that in just a moment. So we had to make a substitution. Wakachu come on, 55 minutes, and on 57 minutes, this happened. Lependa to G. G through to Nzingo. Nzingo to Patterson. Patterson threads it through for Wakachu. He's been on 2 minutes. He's put one in the back of the net. Couldn't score for Toffee Nuts in the last match when he started, but he's come on as substitute and he's put that one away and added to it 3 minutes later. Armitage through to Patterson. Patterson backheeled that, run onto it, passed it to Linton. Linton again saw the run of Wakachu, and Wakachu putting away his second in 3 minutes to make it 4-0 on the night. But we did give away a penalty, so we couldn't keep a clean sheet. Jake Beasley putting the penalty away for Chesterfield. And Virginia sort of going the right way, but he put it away anyway. 4-1 win then, and this is how the table looks after that match. And you will see we are top. We are currently 3 points clear of Birmingham, who are in second place. Notts County are third on 46. Oxford are fourth, also on 46, just a split but on goal difference, albeit Notts County have played a game more. So Oxford United could leap over them with that game in hand. Derby County are fifth on 37 points. And then come two sides that have 2 games in hand, or 1 game in hand over us, as it is. They are Wigan, who are in 6th place on 36, and Reading, who are 7th, also on 36. 2 other teams on 36 as well, and all separated by goal difference. That's Exeter City and Charlton Athletic. So at the moment, we are 16 points clear of that playoff place line. So we're really doing quite well, and we are 6 points clear of Notts County and Oxford United in 3rd and 4th as it stands. So that's how the table looks. Rotherham, Burton, Chesterfield and Leyton Orient all on the bottom. Chesterfield have got themselves off the bottom, and Leyton Orient are the team at the very bottom there. Today's opponents, Sheffield Wednesday, currently in 15th place. Their recent form is 1-1, lost 3, drawn 1. So they're not in fantastic form. And our other opponents, Peterborough United, just above them in 14th. Their current form is drawn 3, lost 1 and won 1. So they're not in fantastic form either. Let's hope we can get maximum from them today. We did say we'd have a look at the thing. Daniel Jebson, pulled ankle ligaments. He's going to be out for another 5 to 11 days. So hopefully he won't be too far away and come back. We got Luca Fletcher, Harley O'Grady Macken, who had a cold, and Jack Holman all coming back, albeit Luca Fletcher and Jack Holman not fully fit yet. So hopefully they will be very, very shortly. Right, let's get into it then. First up is the game against Sheffield Wednesday. We are without Daniel Jebson. They have no team news problems. We've never lost to Sheffield Wednesday. Having said that, we've played both games against Sheffield Wednesday at home at the Bob Lucas. A 1-1 draw earlier in the season, and then it was a 3-2 win in the FA Cup second round. It'd be good if we could get a similar result at their place today, but it is Hillsborough. And this is the side that will face Sheffield Wednesday at Hillsborough in this Sky Bet League One Match Day 24. First of the second half of the season. Virginia continues in goal. It's Byron Grante and Ransom in defence as we try and rest a couple of the defenders who are really under a lot of pressure. Billy G and Johnson, the two that are rested today. Armitage could do with the rest as well, but we're short supply at the back there, and we do have to rotate a little bit at the back as it is at the moment. Linton and Agyemang are our wide players in the complete wing-back position. O'Grady Macken is between them. It's Whittingham and Patterson as the wide attackers, with Nzingo sat behind them. Wakachu, due to the injury for Jebison, and of course he came on and did rather well when he came on, but as I say, he needs to do that from the outset when he's on the pitch. So expectations of Wakachu doing that today. Hollingshead, Armitage, Holman, Lependa, Darcy, Peters and Fletcher make up the bench. And here we are at Hillsborough. They're playing a 4-2-3-1 today. Maloney is their manager. And we shouldn't be overawed, playing our new familiar formation. Sheffield Wednesday 15th, 30 points on the table. We are top on 52. And our first highlight, 32 minutes in. So throwing from Linton to Grady Macken. Back to Byron. Byron fires it into the area. It's headed clear. Linton is there, though. Linton back into the area, but it's a poor ball, really. Grady Macken, it's come off back. Brown is there. Barloni. And we've thwarted the attack for the moment, but that doesn't mean we've got numbers back behind the ball. But they can still break through. He's had a shot from distance. And Yale Virginia getting fingers to that and pushing it over. It's gone for a corner. Birmingham taking the lead against Lincoln City. This one swung in, but it's headed over the top. They have a free kick. Phillips, 41 on the clock. 42 to be precise. Oh, Angamang on the ball. It's ball forward. Patterson runs onto it. 45. We're in the second minute of 3 added on at the end of this first half. Angamang! And that had to be diverted by the goalkeeper. That was going in the bottom corner. And I'm not sure who's in goal for Sheffield Wednesday. It's Dawson. Dawson, it was a fine turn away. This one going to be a short corner. Wakachuk. O'Grady Macken. Whittingham. Oh, Whittingham's giving it away, but it's all right. O'Grady Macken has a shot. It's deflected. Dawson is there to collect. No more highlights in that first half. They've had 6 shots, 1 on target, 0.18 and 33% of the possession. We've had 9 shots, 3 on target, 0.64 and 67% of the possession. We've had the possession, we've had the XG, we've had shots on target. We've just not put them away to date. And Wakachuk needs to be making sure he puts them away when he gets the chance from the start. They made one change at half-time. Linton on the ball after a sort of clearance. Linton out there. What's going to come of this? 48 on the clock. O'Grady Macken. Byron. Back to O'Grady Macken. O'Grady Macken's created space. And the goalkeeper saves it again. Dawson is saving Sheffield Wednesday at this point. Can we break him down? Whittingham with the corner. It's going to be an in-swing. It's deep back post. It's headed clear, though. Patterson will get to it. Patterson recycles it. Grante, Byron, O'Grady Macken. O'Grady Macken looking for a way through. He's got Linton out there. Linton. 65 on the clock. And McCready throws it in to Brown. Lyons Foster. Barloni. And that's cut out by O'Grady Macken as we come forward. Can we get something from this? And the ball given away, no is the answer. But Ransom's under that one. It's headed down, but nobody there. This one through to Barloni. Barloni as a shot's come back off the woodwork. And we have cleared it, and Nzingo heads it upfield. McCready's there. And a chance for Sheffield Wednesday. This time they've hit the woodwork. And Barloni was through. Yale Virginia made himself big and got away with it. And with 68 minutes on the clock, we're making 2 changes. Matt Whittingham, who hasn't had a good day out there, and also on a yellow card. He's come off. We've taken him off, replaced him with Ronan Darcy. Ronan Darcy on the right. Patterson moving back out to the left. The other change that we made is Glory Nzingo. He's tiring. We've replaced him with Amika Peters. And with nearly 75 minutes on the clock, making 2 more changes, no more highlights in between. We have taken off O'Grady Macken, who is tiring. He's had a good day, or goodish day, also on a yellow card. We've taken him off and brought on Tom Lorpender. And the other change that we made is Travis Patterson, also tiring. Not had a fantastic day. Peters moves over to the left. Wakachuk drops into the attacking midfield position. And Fletcher is up front, albeit we could go 2 up top, I suppose. That would how would that work? Let's have a think. Let's see if that works. Put 2 up top for now. We'll have Wakachuk as the deep line forward, Fletcher as the attacking forward. Let's see if that will get us a breakthrough. And we do get another highlight. Byron with a free kick to Lependa. Linton. Are we going to sneak this at the death? Or will they sneak it at the death? More to the point. Garante, Lependa. Lependa goes out wide to Linton. Linton chips this in. Peters is there. He's had a shot and it's gone over the top. And we're making our final change just to give him a little bit of a run out as he's coming back from injury. 90 minutes on the clock. 4 minutes of injury time. And Jack Holman is back. He's replacing Tyrell Agyemang. 90 minutes on the clock. And they've launched a long one. Linton fires it upfield. He's headed back. Linton again. This time on to Peters. Peters on a run. Can Peters do something with this? He's cut it back. He's Wakachu, who's deep now, of course. Linton. Oh, he's going to lose this ball. He's giving it away, and they are on a counter-attack, and we've got to be careful, but it's a poor ball. Garante fires one long, looking for Wakachu. Wakachu waits for the mistake from the defender. Oh, and Fletcher puts it wide. In fact, he may well have been offside. Oh, I don't know, though. And it's all over. It's a 0-0 draw. Another tough match against Sheffield Wednesday. But I have to say, Cameron Dawson, from what I've seen, definitely kept Sheffield Wednesday in the match. We should have really put our chances away. We had plenty of them. And especially right at the end there, we should have snuck it. But Luca Fletcher couldn't get his shot on target, which was disappointing. 0-0, 14 shots, 5 on target, 1.32. We dominated possession on 65%. Should have been ours. They had 10 shots, 3 on target, 0.49, 35% of the possession. Yal Virginia has a player of the match of 7.7, so he's obviously done his job. Cameron Dawson also has 7.3, so he's done very well. Our defensive line as a whole, I think, has kept Sheffield Wednesday at bay. It's another point on the table, and to be fair, we always thought going to Hillsborough was going to be tough. So here are the results. Birmingham closed the gap on us at the top of the table to just 1 point, and they are there, and that match is going to become even more significant as time goes on. They've beaten Lincoln City by 5-1 today, a resounding win for them, and we're going to need to be very watchful of them as we get. Chesterfield have dropped back to the bottom of the table. They only managed a 1-1 draw with Oxford United. That was while Leyton Orient were beating Shrewsbury by 1-0. Other sides at the top of the table, Notts County still have played a game more than the rest of us. They are in third on 47, so we still have a 6-point gap over them as it currently stands. I'm just looking for the Notts County scoreline, but I can't see it for a lot of it. There we are. They had a 5-5 draw. What a game that was. 5-5 against Reading. Reading taking the lead on 9 minutes and getting a second. Got a second on 22 and even a third before half-time. They were 3-0 up at half-time, Reading. But, or were they? Was it 3-1? Maybe it was 3-1. Chibuzi scoring on 45, so 3-1 at half-time. Then straight after half-time they made it 3-2, and then on fact, no, I just reading down the scores here, it was 4-1 at half-time, 4-2 straight after half-time, 4-3 on 56 minutes, and then on 65 minutes they made it 5-3, and then 5-4, Kelly scoring on 71, 5-5 on 89 minutes as Chibuzi scored his second. What a game that is, or was, should I say. So that's how the table looks. We are still top, but only by a point. We need to get a result in our second game of the episode against Peterborough, and hope that Birmingham slip up to open a bit of a gap at the top of the table again, if at all possible. So that's what we want to do. We have gone 7 games unbeaten in the league. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games unbeaten in the league. We have gone 4, 8, 9 games unbeaten in all competitions, albeit we have picked up 3 draws just recently. If we follow the sequence of events, away from home we're getting draws, at home we're winning. We've got a home match against Peterborough that we can go and win that. We're going to come back just ahead of match day. We have 7 days, which is unusual just recently, which means we've got a little bit of time to have a rest. And you come back and join me. It's match day. We've gone through 7 days, and midweek on Tuesday there were some games played, which means that the teams immediately around us have played a game more than what we have at the moment. In fact, all the teams in the playoff positions, apart from Wigan, who have now played the same amount of games as us. We do have a game in hand at the top, but what is quite good is that Birmingham have slipped up, as I prophesied, against Stockport County, which means they are in second. They played a game more than us, and they are on 52 points, which means that even more so, we need to beat Peterborough in this next game. And Peterborough also on a very poor run of form as well. They lost 3-0 to Rotherham, who are in the bottom 4, and gradually pulling themselves out of that by virtue of that win against Peterborough. So some big results in there that have influenced how it is. So we do have the opportunity at the top of the table to open the gap up to 4 points, I think, if my maths is right, by beating Peterborough. And in fact, if we go back a stage here and have a look at their recent form, Peterborough, that didn't say anything for Sheffeld Wednesday, but they were at home. They have lost 2, drawn 2, and only won 1 of their last 5. We've drawn 3 and drawn 3 and won 2. So our form's not fantastic. Had we had 5 straight wins, I'd have been even more confident. But we need to go out and get that result against Peterborough United. Let's go and do it then. Let's have a look at the team that will face them. They are without Harrison Burrows, who's got a gashed up leg. Bilakapic has got a sprained ankle, is doubtful. And Daniel Jebison is doubtful with a pulled ankle ligament. I can tell you now, he's not going to be back in time. And even if he was, I don't think we would play him at this stage of the proceedings. Let's go and have a look at the team then. And here is the team that will face Peterborough in this one. The one thing that we didn't do, of course, was check to see what past results are. We've never played them in the league. We have played them in the EFL Trophy for both seasons that we've been in the EFL Trophy. And we beat them 4-1 the first time we played them. That was last season. This season we lost 3-1. And the dominant feature of all that was a player by Kwame Puku scored in both matches against us. So hopefully, if he's playing today, we can thwart him. That's would be our first task. The side that will try and do it is Virginia in goal, Armitage, Olsen and G, the defensive line, a complete change in the defensive line. Linton is back in on the left, Johnson on the right. In fact, I think Linton played in the last game, actually. Johnson back in on the right, O'Grady Mackin between the two of them. Patson moves back to the left side, Darcy is on the right, and Nzingo between those two. Wakachu continues to have the opportunity up front, but he needs to know that Jefferson is on his way back from injury, and we're also getting very much towards the transfer window. So unless he bucks his ideas up, he's going to have to get there. He has got 13 goals this season, though. Mind you, having said that, Ronan Darcy has scored 10. Let's hope they can both get on the score sheet and increase those today. Hollingshead, Byron, Holman, Lopenda, Whittingham, Peters and Fletcher make up the bench. And here we are back at the Bob Lucus, and playing not any change to our formation today. Peterborough look like they'd be playing in pink. They're playing a 4-3-3 with a defensive midfielder. Matt Taylor is their manager today. Peterborough are 15th on 30 points. We are first on 53 with a game in hand at the top. They are playing in pink. Puku is also playing, 4 minutes in, and they've scored. A corner, and Hugo Pearce gets his third goal of the season, and Peterborough take a lead inside the first 5 minutes. Puku with an outswinger. Pearce standing behind 3 defenders, gets his head to the ball, beats, I think that's Armitage, the ginger-haired defender. Let's check. It is Armitage. Beat Armitage to it and beat Yale, Virginia. 11 minutes on the clock. Johnson with a throw into O'Grady Macken. Inside to Darcy. Darcy. He's been brought down and the referee's given a free kick. It's on the edge of the area. It's in distance. Oh, in fact, he's given a penalty. That looked like it was outside. Goodness me. Can we go back and have a look at that? Let's go back and have a look. Because is Wakachuk taking the penalty as well? He is. I'm going to take him off penalty. Can I take him off penalty duty, please? We know what he's like with penalties. He used to come up with a chance to. Let's watch it again, and we'll try and pause it as it happens, because I felt that was outside the penalty area. I was expecting a free kick. O'Grady Macken here plays Darcy in. Darcy's outside, inside. Tackle, ooh, right on the edge. He did tackle him, and he's got 1 foot in the penalty area, look, and brings him down. It is a penalty. Now, can we? Ooh, should have checked this before. I want to change who's taking the penalty. I can choose the best. I'm going to rue this, aren't I? It might be too late to change it, to be fair. It used to give you the chance to change it. Let's hope he scores. Can we? There's nothing that lets me change it. Wakachuk is going to take it. Oh, he's put it away. Thank goodness for that. It's 1-1 after 12 minutes. 14th goal of the season for Wakachuk. And we are back level. Sent the goalkeeper the wrong way. 13 on the clock now. Johnson with the throw in again. Nzingo. O'Grady Macken. O'Grady Macken to G. Trying to get that ball through. He didn't get it through, though, and it was given away. And they come away with it, but Patterson tracks back and wins it. Olsen now has Linton out wide. Linton, Armitage, Linton chips one over the top for Nzingo. Nzingo tries to cross it in. Linton does. Back post, Darcy, but it's just wide. 16 on the clock. Throw in on that far side. Linton and O'Grady Macken working together. Nzingo cuts it through to Armitage. Armitage has a shot, but it's diverted in, and it's going to be given to Armitage. But it definitely took a diversion, and we take a lead after 17 minutes. Got back level after 12. O'Grady Macken through to Linton. Linton back to O'Grady Macken. Nzingo throws this ball in. Armitage, second time he's done that. It's going off target, look. Oh, it come off the defender. It took off the defender. And Gardner diverted it in past Blackmore. It was going wide. Ashdev with a throw in. 41 on the clock. Peterborough with the ball. Coming through. Need to cut this ball out. Opportunity to cut it out there. But McGoldrick is on it. Goldrick with a Mohican haircut, of all things. Garnett. It's gone out wide. Puku, danger man. But it was poor in the end, and Yale, Virginia is there to cover it up. An opportunity for Peterborough. This one chipped out wide of Puku. Puku hits it first time. looking for Vale in the middle there, but at the end, I think it was Armitage did enough to put him off, and Virginia gets the ball. No more highlights in this first half. Reasonably even Stevens, although we have had the benefit of 66% of the possession to their 34%, which has definitely helped us. We've had 5 shots, 3 on target, 1.17 and 66% of the possession. They've had 4 shots, 2 on target, 0.78 and 34% of the possession. Pearce scoring Puku, the supplier, but it was a Wakachoo from the penalty spot after 12, and Armitage 5 minutes later giving us a 2-1 lead at half-time. 57 on the clock. Sashdev with a throw in. It's gone in. They've equalised, and it's that man, Hugo Pearce again. On 58 minutes, it's 2-2. And all came from a long throw from Sashdev. Threw it in. Radcliffe didn't get to it. Pearce did and beat Virginia. Throwing on that far side, O'Grady Macken to G. Johnson. G goes all the way back to Virginia. And G again. Olsen. Armitage. Patient build-up. Goes out wide to Johnson. Johnson now. What's he going to do? Johnson comes forward. Pushes it into Darcy. Darcy crosses it in. And Patterson was there at the back post. And nobody marking him there. And he's put it away. We take the lead again on 59 minutes. Just the sort of response that was needed. Darcy cuts this ball across. Wakachoo was under pressure. 2 defenders on him, but it let through, and Patterson was free at the back post. 60 minutes on the clock. Sashdev with a throw into Thomas. Cuts it inside. Garrett is there as we try and thwart their attack. Pearce. End-to-end stuff, this. And nothing comfortable about it. But I guess we're going to have to win games like that. It's won by O'Grady Mackham through to Darcy. Darcy to Nzingo. Nzingo over the top. Patterson comes off the inside of the post. It's gone for a corner. He wasn't offside. I think Wakachoo could have been, but Patterson wasn't. It's going to be a short corner. Puku is off. He's not going to score against us today. Darcy, that's a poor ball. And Garrett wins it, but we've thwarted the attack. Johnson. And with 65 minutes on the clock, we are making one change. Jack Holman is on. Carl Johnson is off. And with 82 minutes on the clock, making 3 more changes, we've taken off O'Grady Macken and replaced him with Lorpenda. Glory Nzingo is off. Mika Peters comes on for him. And we've taken off Wakachoo and brought on Luca Fletcher. And with 5 minutes of added time, we have managed to hang on. And we've got a decent result, a 3-2. Virginia only a 6.2. So it suggests that he was at fault for a couple of those goals. Certainly. But we did manage to survive. And the goal from Travis Patterson on 59 minutes, giving us the win. 9 shots, 5 on target, 2.22, 62% of the possession. They had 10 shots, 4 on target, 1.31 and 38% of the possession. I think Hugo Pearce getting the player of the match. I'm not surprised. We should have a 4-point lead over Birmingham. Let's go and have a look. Well, not quite as we expected. We haven't got a 4-point gap, where the gap at the top is still 1 point. But the point being is they've still played a game more than us, so we still have that game in hand as it stands. Birmingham beating Burton Albion 3-2. If they'd slipped up again, then that would have really made it quite interesting. But they haven't. George Tanner getting a goal for them to make it 3-2 on 87 minutes to manage to squeeze through. Otherwise, it would have been a draw. So, as it stands at the moment, we are top on 56. Birmingham played a game more, are second on 55. Oxford move up into third place on 51. They have played 26 games as well, so we have a 5-point gap down to Oxford. Notts County dropped to fourth. They are on 47. Notts County, they lost 2-1 to Derby today. Oxford United, I was looking for their score and I couldn't see it. There we are. The 2-1 winners over Exeter City are our first opponents in the next episode. Derby County, having beaten Notts County, move up into fifth. They're on 43. Wigan are sixth on 41. A 0-0 draw against Rotherham today. Rotherham sort of doing quite well down the bottom there at the moment. Shrewsbury are in seventh place, just outside the playoffs on goal difference. They beat Charlton by 2-0 at the Valley, needless to say. And then obviously a mix of other teams. Ipswich have pulled themselves clear by now, including a result today, knowing they lost 2-0 to Reading today. Rotherham are in 21st on 22 points, 4 points adrift of Mansfield. Then Burton on 18. Chesterfield are 23rd on 17. And Chesterfield 1-1 draw against Walsall today. Leyton Orient dropping below them. Can only think they lost 3-1 to Wycombe, which is why that's all changing around at the bottom there. But that's how it is, how it ends the episode. We're going to come straight back. We're going to play Exeter City, currently 10th in the league. And then we have an FA Cup third round tie against Barrow Banana Skin, if ever there was one, with a chance to play in the fourth round. And, well, maybe we will get some big boys then, of course. That's just coming back just ahead of the transfer window as well. Hope you can join me for that. If you can, that would be great. Don't forget, you can keep up to date everything that's released on this channel simply by following the instructions I shall now give you. And also, if you've enjoyed today's episode, if you give me that big thumbs up, subscribe, hit the notification button, that keeps you up to date with everything. Future episodes of Bottom to the Top and our other series Going Dutch as they are released. And new episodes of Bottom to the Top released every Tuesday and Friday, 4:15 p.m. And the best way of keeping up to date with what's happening on the channel is to follow me on X at JustOffsideFM. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you for the next episode. It's going to be episode 95. It's out on Friday. Till then, have yourselves a great week. Don't forget, Going Dutch on Thursday. Till then, bye-bye.